Okay, and we are recording. So, we left last when you guys returned back to Asatar with Rutger and his evil cultists. You've gone to you've collected your reward. You've gone to the trial with Ferrex's witness statements and your guys' statements. All five of them have been sentenced to hang, death by hanging.
Yep.
Life's fun in this world. So that will be carried out in another couple of days' time.
I thought we had already witnessed that.
I had
because
already
they
happened
hanged-
because he
yeah,
cursed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, then we will go ahead a couple of days. Oh, that's right, because you were in the town for a week, weren't you? So
Yeah.
yes, it would have
Yeah,
happened.
for a week to
Yeah, so
train.
you were waiting around a week for Orca to train up to be a ranger. And
Oh,
during
and I
that
got a
time,
mule.
And during that time, I'd like to go to the church just to make sure that I'm not actually cursed.
And I'm going with her.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And we get to the hanging, and that is where Rutger actually curses you all. And Augustine, you just happened to come along with the crowd at that time, and damn, you just been cursed just by association. Yeah. However, it's a man being killed by hanging, cursing you. I don't know if you hold much faith in that. These other superstitious bunch might, but hey, it might be some money for your church.
I didn't give a rat's ass about it.
I care. I care a lot.
Totally care.
So,
Look at them
Augustine,
curse. It's pretty cursy.
what do you wish to do about this? Do you want to take this as an opportunity to direct these good people and some of their monies to your church, or what do you want to do?
It's on me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just go along to the church, but just to observe and see what they do, and see whether my God would be okay with it, to make sure they're not corrupting them.
Your
Right.
god is a god of tricksters.
Yeah.
You'd be happy taking their money.
So you meet with Brother Thorvald, who is the head of the small church here. Basically, it's a rented room with a bit of a shrine in there, in the corner. So, so Brother Thorvald brings them in and smiles at you, and listens quite carefully to everything that Keldon and Malefica have to say, and he nods very knowingly, and he takes your concern quite badly. So, well, I could offer you the blessings of my God, if that would help you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, what that would make me feel better.
Do I know that this god is a trickster?
Of course you do, but the thing is, trickster, and this trickster isn't just bad, because trickster can be quite good. It's not an evil god.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay. Okay, I walk into the church and
Well,
ask if I've been cursed, can you remove it?
he says, I am more than willing to lay a blessing upon both of you in the name of my God, the great enchantress Yaria.
Okay. Is there a cost?
He holds out a little wooden plate in front of you. Whatever value you put on being cleansed of this curse, and you can offer.
Wait, can you say that again?
Whatever value you place on removing a curse, I will see from what you offer.
I place, because I value my life, I place 7 gold pieces.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
His eyes sort of open up as you keep on adding gold to the plate. What about you, Keldon?
I only have 7 gold pieces left, so
You do
So
what you have to do.
as I see that Cowden is lacking in funds, I say I offer 12 gold pieces for the 2 of us.
oh,
Well, Brother Thorvald, he definitely changes. He becomes, I don't know what, but before he was sort of a bit aloof, and he's a much more, you just feel a little bit more connected to him after this. So he says, please sit here. I will need to purify some water in the name of our God. Do you have any issues with reciting? First of all, can you both read Common?
Yes.
Yes.
let me just check.
Everyone
You
can.
can. You can.
Everyone
Oh,
can comment.
Unless
Yeah.
you've got an incredibly low intelligence, like under 7.
Just checking.
Okay, that's all cool. You check. You check. So what
Intelligence, no, I'm okay.
cool. Okay, so he gives you a small piece of paper and he says that while he's doing this, you must intone this verse, and it's about 12 lines. And you just kneel in front of the shrine, the little altar he's got there, and just quietly intone that. Keep on intoning it. Keep on toning it until he's prepared the water, and then he will bless you. So you're there for a good like 10 minutes. So like you're getting this little verse really well and truly established in your mind, and then you hear him invoke the name of his goddess, and he asks for great power from Yarera the enchantress. He wishes to remove any blight, curse, or defaming upon these 2 people. In the name of Yarera the enchantress, I say
How
to
do you
thee
spell it?
curse. Yarea. Yarera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I tell thee to cease, be gone, and he splashes a whole lot of water all over you. You feel the only difference at the moment you feel is that you're wetter than before. But then who knows?
Galia is a great god.
Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. I'll be right back.
So he then helps you both up. He says, for the holy water to truly do what it needs to do, do not wipe it from you. Let it be removed naturally.
Okay.
Okay, so he thanks you for your patronage.
Well, I guess we thank him profusely and leave the church.
Hmm.
Thank you, Fobo. You're a kind priest.
He says, nothing for a brother priest.
Sorry, I missed that. What happened?
They're just saying their thank yous, and then they're just winding it all up.
Oh,
But
and
he
don't
said-
wipe yourself.
Yeah, he said, don't let it be removed naturally, the water. Don't wipe it off.
Okay. As a sign of goodwill, I give the priest 1 gold piece as a thank you.
Well, he says, you are most generous and will always be welcome at the altar of Yarera.
And all we can say is thank you, please come again.
May I go and buy a mule now,
Yes, you
please?
can. Well,
Oh God.
with 7 gold pieces, I don't know if you've got enough, do you?
Pardon?
With 7 gold pieces, do you have enough?
Oh no, sorry, my 7 gold pieces was what I worked out after I bought my mule.
Yeah, remember we stayed behind last time round,
We messed
Yep.
it out
working
last
out
time.
how we were gonna,
Yep.
make our dwarf friend move faster, and
Yep.
Because I'm
Me
so
and-
damn slow.
So she's buying a mule and I'm buying a horse and a bunch of food and things like that to cope with the group all the way through to the next town, which was quite some way away.
A little bit, yes. A little bit.
I'm so happy to carry supplies on my mule.
When they've finished buying, I have a question.
That's right. I didn't catch that, Georgia. You do something on your mule.
I'm happy to carry supplies for the team on my
Right.
mule.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just gonna work out
I'm
how
not
far
putting
it
my
is.
supplies on the mule.
Yep, so you are around about 21, 22 miles away from the next place where the next adventure happens, which is called, if I can find the stupid piece of paper.
Which was that the
Shiganby
girl
or
had gone
something.
into the crypt,
Yeah,
dug out some stuff, and then they were
Skoggenby.
starting to die. Skagenby or something.
Skoggenby.
Skagenby.
Yeah. So you're about 22 miles. On the back of a mule, you can travel 9 miles a day.
So 3 days.
Just over. You'd be arriving in the morning of the third day. If you were working horses, if you bought 2 horses instead, but that would mean that the 2 humans would be the riders and the half, well, would be Malefica and Augustine on one horse and you and Calden on another, I guess, because Muffin's not there. But it's entirely up to you what you want to do. You would get there in 1 day if you had 2 horses for everyone to ride on.
We would need to only supply a little bit of gold if we wanted to fund it out of the group treasure for the second horse.
I have 17 gold. I can help.
I have a lot.
Yeah, well, we
Just
killed.
depends on
big-
how fast you guys want to travel. That's all. Just remember, the
I mean,
slower
I think-
you travel,
I think that-
the more
I think
encounters
this-
you get, the more
The
XP you
slowest one is the dwarf still at 9.
get.
Yeah, I'm like, do we take our time getting there and enjoy the experience? Hashtag experience. Or do we just get there and get there?
Well,
Like,
my
let's
current
learn about
speed
each other on the way.
miles a
I
day.
think we just go with what people have wanted to get for themselves.
Because my current
So-
speed is really slow. My current speed is 6.
Yeah, so the mule makes you that little bit
By the
faster.
mule.
I think that I have an end goal and whatever it takes to get there, let's go.
Okay. So 1 mule, 1 horse. That's all cool.
Yep.
So
Plus saddlebags,
Malefica
plus saddle.
and Augustine, you'd be walking.
Except I do not I will not put my own goods on the back of the horse. I will
Mhm.
keep my goods in my backpack on my back.
Yeah, you do that.
Yep. No, that's all cool. Okay, so the last day of the, excuse me. The last day of the week you're spending there, you're provisioning yourself. Although it's only going to be 3 days, you know.
Yeah.
Stuff
Well,
could
I
happen.
buy
Sorry, I wanna rewind a bit.
some extra iron rations.
Tried rations, yep.
Dried. Sorry, not the standard trail or whatever they want to call them.
Yep. That's okay.
While we were at the church, so fast forwarding, rewinding back to when I gave the priest a silver piece.
Gold piece.
Gold piece. I ask, do you have any scrolls here with magical writing that you cannot read?
He says no.
Oh.
No, this is but a very poor church.
Did we know Augustine prior to this, or is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, after that, I was going to seek out Brother Augustine because we know that this could possibly be dealing with undead.
And sorry, just to clarify, Steve, I can
Yep.
learn spells from scrolls?
Yes, as long as they're arcane scrolls, not divine scrolls.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright,
So, and then, like we said, Brother Augustine comes in, and he's going to be presented with 2 scrolls because apparently you can't decipher them, so they must be divine scrolls. So it's up to him what he wants to do. So
Thanks for the scrolls. Can I read them?
if you read them completely, you use them up. But you can,
Oh.
I believe, a cleric can get. You'd have to look at the spells that a cleric can get.
Yeah.
Because I think in this version clerics can get read magic. No, only magic users. So what happens is you can tell by looking at them without reading them what they are. Yes. So you have a first level detect magic scroll.
Yeah.
And you have a third level continual light scroll.
What? Oh wait, it's only continual light.
Continual light's pretty impressive.
That's a light that never goes out?
Yep, so he can cast it on a pebble, put it in his pocket, like put it in a leather pouch and put it in his pocket, and it's totally turned off. He pulls it out and it just boom.
Okay, I say to August, I ask Augustine, what's on those scrolls that you got?
Nothing too significant, just a detect magic and a continual light, but blessing be upon you. And thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I also can detect magic. Maybe if you're going to join our party, we could do it so that one of us always has detect magic on us, just in case we get into a situation.
That sounds good. I actually already had detect magic, which is the worst part.
Well, the thing is at least if you want to read it off the spell that you can just access and not need to memorize.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't have to access it.
Yeah.
So, as a light spell, continual spell, the caster targets a person or an object. It's best to be an object, which then produces a light with as bright as a torch with a radius of 20 feet. So effectively, you have a torch that never goes out.
A permanent torch, yep.
I can cast it on a torch, right, and then cover that torch.
Well you'd be better off putting it on like a rock.
Okay.
Something that you can just shove in a pocket.
Yeah.
Because then it's best to put it in like a tight pouch or something and then in your pocket. That would stop any sort of light leaking out from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with you casting that spell like today. You don't have to worry about it. You use it. That's it. And you swap it for a continual light stone or a wand or whatever you're going to use.
Yeah, can I just do that on one of the stones I have in my inventory then?
Sure. Boom. You have so you just need to wrap it in something and then you can put it in your pocket or something, and that's how you sort of extinguish it until you open it again.
I don't actually have anything to wrap it with.
Miss Tarflett, sorry.
A belt pouch, a sack.
Well, just let's say a silver piece and you've got a belt pouch.
Okay, there we go. We'll do that.
Let's go.
Right. Well,
and the other thing it means is that if you really want to do a detect magic, it frees you up, like Andy was saying, to memorize another spell instead.
Yeah. So if you needed 2 cures for the day, you can forget it, and if we need detect magic desperately, you can just read it off the scroll.
Oh, yes, I see.
And the other thing, of course, that means that frees up the magic user, because in the dying moment he knows you can read it off the scroll, so he can memorize other spells that might be helpful to the group.
Alright, well, I'll have 2 cure light wounds then.
Okay, and Malfika?
2 sleep.
2 sleep, cool. Okay, and getting so close to 3rd level.
I'm so desperate for it.
I'm going.
What happens when you get to level?
Eh?
What happens when you get to level?
I get access to new magic.
Ooh.
And more hit points, but not much.
And the other thing I'm going to just find in town, or if need be, or probably when we're actually on the road, once we hit it, is a big enough and sturdy enough stick that I can use it as a club.
Okay. If you want to spend 5 copper pieces, you can look around some woodworkers, and they'll probably have something that they've chucked away that you could use definitely as a nice club.
5 coppers, sure.
Yeah. If you want to, they'll even put a big huge nail through it.
Ooh.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, it's purely for flavour, but
it's
it
purely
looks
for
nasty.
flavour. Right.
Looks
Exactly.
nasty. Could be good for a bit of intimidation.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it's just another weapon to basically use against things that I might only be dealt with by blunt beating.
True.
Right. Now, if I
Okey-dokey.
could have had it a cold iron wrought around the head as well, it would have been really great.
Well, the nail will be
Probably-
cold iron.
Yeah. There we go.
So if you want that, take it up to a silver piece, and you've got a cold iron nail in it.
Whoa. Okay, cool. So we've got
Because
a
cold iron's a lot cheaper than
cold iron club.
steel and your swords and stuff. Okay, rightio.
The weight of that will be
Pretty much not much different to what it was.
Yeah, I was about to say what it was before, which is
Yeah.
a whopping 10
Yeah.
coin weight.
Which is
Okay.
1 pound. Okay,
Yeah.
folks, so you are about to move off. So can you all just please check your movement rates, except of course Georgia, you are at 9 because of the donkey. So at the moment 9 is our slowest rate. So Richard and Malefica, what are your movement rates? 'Cause I know Orcus is gonna be high.
120 feet.
Cool.
12.
And Richard?
Yeah.
Where do I
Augustine,
see
sorry.
that? Sorry,
If you scroll down, you'll see your movement rate.
Yeah, 90.
90.
Okay, cool. That's cool. So 90 is the slowest you can do. What you
Yep.
can do to free up some of your speed, if you really, really need to, is the horse or the mule can actually carry some of your extra gear that you're not too worried about if it takes off.
But we're already going 90, so
Oh,
we're not going to
that's it.
speed up anymore.
I'll keep hold of my stuff.
Okay, that's all cool. Okay, so you're going to head off the next morning, yes?
Yep. One
Okay, I
second.
just want to do a check-in on the weather.
On the road again.
What's the
Okay.
weather do?
Also, I asked, what's his name? I asked Augustine, during the night, obviously we need to have, like, we all come up, we have a roster of whatever that duty is called. Could we use,
Watch.
yeah, a watch thing? Can we use his light?
Oh, my light phone.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that is not a problem.
I would
Happy
just
to
like
help.
to see 60 feet in front of myself if I had the
Well, it's
opportunity.
only 20 feet. Oh, the other
I'd like
thing
to see
too,
20 feet in myself.
this game doesn't have night vision or dark vision or anything.
Yeah.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, but because it wouldn't actually, if you did, it wouldn't affect it because there's no heat to it. A lantern or a torch affects.
That's okay. Both you
vision.
spellcasters are basically on that last watch anyway.
Yeah. Well, you could have one on the front and one on the end.
Yeah, that means that they're on their own, at which point the two fighters are thing. So I kind of figured that the fighters are best left on first and second
Okay.
individually, and then the two casters hopefully can't be taken down together.
Yep. And in their watch, they can also do their memorizing
thing,
or
yeah.
whatever and praying while the other one's watching.
That's it.
Yep. Okie dokie. Rightio. So just so I know, guys, general marching order. Oh, sorry, Andy. Sorry. First of all, I just need to find the horse and give you its
It's
hit points.
24 for the movement. I know that much.
Yeah. No, that's all cool. I just need to find horse and give you the.
I'm for marching order. Oh, wait, we're sitting on a horse, eh?
No, I am. You're not.
I'm on mule.
I will be at the back, but not right at the back. I'd prefer a fighter was behind me.
Right.
Probably be riding for the most
So-
part of the day, but for maybe sort of 2 or 3 hours of the day, I'll walk it, rest it properly.
So 6 plus whatever this rolls. So it's got 9 hit points. AC 7.
Hang on. Okay, where's that damn horse? Okay, HP 9.
Yep.
AC
AC
7.
And it does a 1d minus 1 damage with a kick.
D minus 1 kick.
Yep.
Does it have any bonus to hit, or is it just a
No,
straight?
just
No.
that. Just that. Oh, well, it rolls on the 2 hit dice line of the monster's attack,
Okay.
which is better than the 1 hit dice. So the mule.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can just tell me what its 2-hit armor class 0 would be, and then I can
Yeah,
work that
I'll
out.
do that in a sec. Yep. So the mule is 5 because that's minus 1. That's 3. 8 hit points.
Okay.
It has an armor class of 8.
Armor class 8.
Yep. And when it kicks, it also does a 1d6 minus 1 damage.
1d6
Yep.
minus 1
Yep.
damage.
And it's got obviously a movement of 9.
Yeah.
And I need to give you guys its to hit thing and saving throws. So just let me find those. So with the horse and the come on, be a friend. That's just encounter levels. I don't need that yet. Okay, so to hit an armor class 9,
You need to roll a 10 or higher.
and 8 or higher. So 8, 9, 10, 11, up to a 17 on armor class 0 for both of them. Yeah, and their saving throws are the same as a second level fighter. So you'll have that in the player's book somewhere.
13.
13. Yep, 13s. So they need 13s. They don't get any extra bonuses for anything, just flat 13s. So basically, when a donkey goes past 800 weight, they move down to a 6. When a horse goes past 800 weight, it moves down to a 9, and then it goes to a 16. It goes down to a 6.
Holy shit, that goes more than half straight on 800?
On 800 pounds, it goes
800
down to
pounds or 800 coin weight?
pounds.
Pounds, okay, fuck.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
Yeah. So 800, so 8,000 coin weight.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking.
They can haul a hell of a lot, both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It was the 800, and I was thinking coin weight. That it was scaring me.
Hmm.
Like, with me on top of it, that automatically is something I can carry more.
yeah. Okay, so horses are ready. I need just a quick marching order of how you're going. You can be clumped together. You can be in a line. You can be in pairs. It's entirely up to you.
I reckon we sort of have just a defensive ball sort of style thing. Me and the mule can sort of be up the front, and everyone can walk behind us. Be our peasants. I mean,
You're the ranger, aren't you?
Okay, Jesus.
yeah. Oh yeah,
And
actually,
Clara-
I'll ride 30 feet out in front to see if I
Right.
can't spot anything and
Yeah.
things first.
So it's going to be.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, wouldn't I spot things before you did?
No.
Oh no, I spot. Yeah, that's right.
You
You've gotta
can't be surprised.
You've got to be right up to 240 feet away.
Yeah, that's right.
But you've got to walk past something. You can't just sense it at 240 feet. You've got to be actually by it to sense it. And that's if you're concentrating to sense it.
Well, also, if you're on a horse, you'll be able to see a lot further. Like, you double your distance of being able to see something when you're that high.
Yep.
It's amazing what you can see on a horse.
As we're walking, I guess out of boredom, I just decide to recite the 12 lines that I had learned at the church.
Oh.
Cool. That's all cool.
But I maintain my. I don't know. Hold on. How do I do this again?
Are you reciting them out loud or internally?
Out loud.
Oh, it makes me happy. You can visibly see me smiling.
Cool. Okay, so as you're moving, I'm just going to do the encounter rolls. There are not a single one in sight, damn. Which is good. So you travel the first day and
Look for a decent place to camp.
yep. So
Try and
first
find
day
something
would be
forage off.
Would be roughly 9. Well, you're going to get a lot closer. So you go over the ford and you're sort of parking up just over here somewhere. Here for the night.
Oh my god, is this how you do it?
What?
I'm trying to send you a message on here, but only you.
/W and then
/W
space and
G.
ST. or GM or
ST?
ST.
Or
You get my
GM.
name. And then whatever the message is. So you move through the day. Can I just please get Orca to give me a D6 roll? Okay.
Oh,
You're aware of, this road has been travelled on recently. You can sort of see foot, you can see hoof, you can see cattle mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is a
A well-travelled road.
pretty well
So the
travelled,
most
yeah.
the most
Yeah.
likely thing we're likely to encounter are brigands.
Possibly. Um,
Well, the
so
most hostile thing we're likely to encounter, hopefully, would be brigands. Yeah.
yeah.
So, like I say, just before we finish the day, try and find a decent camping spot or a decent spot to set up camp that's defendable.
Very hard
rather
because you are on open land.
Yeah.
It's very very gentle rolling land, so there's not even a sort of a dell that you can even go into.
And then, sort of,
You
whilst the
could
group
go on a slight rise, but that'd be
making ourselves obvious at a distance.
yeah, but it gives you best view. But it's up to you.
are there any big trees?
No trees. You're on open land.
Yeah. No, we'll.
Remember,
Yeah.
guys, you. I'm just gonna ping where you guys stop for the night.
Yeah.
Way down here.
Yeah. Stay on the flat. But as the group sets up camp, I'm gonna go quickly try and see if I can't scavenge some food.
Okay, give me a roll
Utilize
for
that.
your.
Utilize that new ranger training.
Yep. So, is it intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom.
Okay.
So,
You got to get it or under.
Under by 8.
8. Okay, so you managed to get enough food for 3 people, which is not doing
Uh-huh.
too bad.
Mm.
So you don't have to use too much of your own, or somebody doesn't use too much of their own to make some. So probably a couple of coonies and some sort of roots and bits and pieces, some wild herbs or something. Quite a pleasant meal.
Yep.
You get back, they haven't made a fire yet.
Right.
Can I light a fire?
Ooh.
Yes, you
Let's
can.
do one.
Do you
I
have
have
anything to have
I
a light
have-
fire with?
Yep, I have flint and steel.
Yeah, but I'm saying, where's the wood?
Oh. Can I look for some dry wood? No further than 20 feet from the camp.
Okay, you look, you're not going to find anything.
I'm about to say. At which point, I suggest we look a little bit further afield than that. I'm sure that we'll be able to find something. Just got to go a little bit further.
Does anyone want to come for a walk to find some wood?
I feel like I should come with you because I can maim someone with my hand axe if they try anything.
Yes. What a
Okay.
pleasant man.
I go with Calden, and we go 40 feet from away from the camp.
40.
Keep going. You're probably going to need to go about 300 yards from the camp.
I don't know how much that is.
300 meters.
Oh.
You could would be a dot in the distance if we are holding the light. You could still see us.
Oh, actually, do we need the firewood?
If you want to cook a rabbit, yes.
Could you cook it over a torch?
No.
Okay. I say to.
God dang it. I go out and see if I can find him.
Make
The
your roll,
group-
please. Another intelligence roll, please. Oh,
I say
wisdom,
to the
wisdom.
group, we should all go out together and find some wood.
Orca's
Under by
gone off.
5.
Yep, you've got enough.
Let the party.
Right, it is getting quite dark now because the rangers had to go out and do both lots of foraging. So you finally get a fire going, you get the skin the rabbits. Yes, Orca, you've had to skin the rabbits, nobody's bothered to pick them up and do them. Put them through a stick and put them roasting. No one's jumped in to do this. They need to change this by tomorrow.
I'm a princess.
Yeah. Princesses go starving.
Can I
if they
help
can't-
at all?
Oh, finally, Orca thinks.
Right.
As we all sit down to eat, I recite the 12 lines from the church.
And then once we're done eating, I pot some of the ashes so that we can at least sort of heat something up for breakfast and make
Yep.
it easier.
Oh.
Okay.
Um,
And then you settle down, and
Settle down
so
I'm
it's you, then
I'm
the
starting
dwarf.
the first shift, and dwarf
Okay.
second, and 2 magic users.
Cool.
Well, 2 spellcasters for the last.
Let's see what happens at night. Ooh. Keldon, can you
Yeah?
give me a 1d6 roll, please?
Sure. D6. Oh! Oh!
Keldon, remember, you don't want a 1 on a surprise roll.
No!
That's unfortunate, Keldon.
Oh!
So,
Oh, also, if I'm asleep, can I still get surprised?
are you wearing the robe?
Yes, because I can sleep in it.
Okay. Then I don't think you can be surprised. You'll wake up, but you'll be able to act straight away.
Okay, cool.
Problem is, you might not wake up straight away,
Oh, God.
but you'll be able to act as soon as you wake up, where others don't have a
Okay.
chance of being surprised.
Cool as.
Okay, Keldon. I just need to make a quick little roll here for my little peoples. Oops, spot on. Okay, so they get within 14 feet of you, Keldon, before you realise, shit,
Oh God!
there's a couple of people out there and they're sneaking towards you. You don't know whether. Why would somebody sneak?
Well,
That
not
doesn't
for
sound
good
good.
reasons.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you're surprised. They get that close.
14 feet.
That means next round. They've crept up this round that far. Next round, we're going to go into initiative. They may very easily get to you and attack. So we'll just see what happens. So
Yep.
you're the only one that can actually do a statement of intent. What do you want to do for the next round of initiative?
Well, I'm going to get out my hand and just start swinging. Just take out some knees, you know.
Like to start?
Oh, maybe I should shout first.
Remember, Keldon, if you are the only one awake and everyone else is asleep and they are 14 feet from you, what would your natural reaction be?
I'm going to let out quite a good dwarvish battle cry.
Awesome.
Yay!
Does
Good
that sound
work! Good work,
I was
Keldon!
about to say, does that sound anything like Gudrick running from a pack of pancakes, Steve?
Not quite. No.
Not quite that. Not quite that high pitched and girlish.
No.
Do I wake up?
Hang on a second.
We've got to see.
Okay, so you guys, when you wake up, you're going to go last in the round, but Malefica, you're going to be able to act straight away.
Cool.
Orca and Augustine are still going to have to check for surprise.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go for initiative between Keldon and the opponents. So Keldon, 1d6 and get a nice high number.
1d6.
Nice. Good
That's
work.
a good number. Their number is
Ah!
simultaneous. They start charging as you start to breathe in to yell out, whatever you yell out, you know, and they're upon you, and they are able to attack you, moving sort of around. Now, do you have a shield?
I do have a shield.
Was it a particular size shield or just a shield?
Just the standard
There's only
shield on it left.
there's
One
only
shield.
one listing for
Okay,
shield.
rightio.
Yeah.
So this attacks you against the front three of your attackers. The person more towards your rear doesn't take the shield, so your armor class is one worse against them. Okay. So
Okay.
move. So
It's actually good that it's you that it was on watch, because you'll actually be in your armor.
Yes. Okay, so that's the other thing, Richard. You can't sleep in anything but either normal clothes or leather armor.
Oh, we had leather. Yes.
Okay, then you'd be sleeping in it. Rightio, sorry. So on a 5, they've charged over and are about to swing at you as you're about to swing at one of them. So it's a simultaneous attack. So do you want to go first, Keldon, or?
But I would like to start swinging my hand axe while defending myself with my shield with my other hand.
Rightio, that's all cool.
Yep.
Screaming
So,
and dwarvish.
yeah. Now
I'm
the good news.
going nuts and dwarvish.
Yep. The good news is you're a fighter, and these creatures are only HD1.
One hit die. You get to swing at 2 of them.
Yeah. That's a special fighter ability. So, even if you kill them, they still have a right to attack you in return before they die. So, because it's simultaneous attack, both got a 5. So,
Understand,
do you want to go first, or do you want me to do all them first? It won't matter. It just is.
Let's see what they got.
Okay. So the first one swings at you. They're all swinging at you with short swords. Excellent number, and he overcompensates and manages to swing wide. Doesn't manage to screw himself up, but he almost stumbled. So he's not that much of a fighter. The second guy manages to miss you, but he did try to attack you. The third guy does manage to hit you, and the guy on your sort of off to your back's part a little bit still manages to miss you. So the damage you take is 1 point.
Oh.
Just a slight cut. You get to respond with your 2 attacks as you're swearing at them in Dwarvish.
Right, okay, so my attack is a...
You're using your hand axe. 1d20 plus 4. What's your strength?
Yeah, she gets a
My
plus 1.
strength is 15.
Right, 1d20 plus 4.
1d20 plus 4, okay.
Yeah. Because I'm right, your hand axe is a hand axe plus 3.
I hit them with 24, please.
No, you hit them as a crit. It's a natural 20, so that's what we call critical, which is a maximum damage. So your maximum damage would be 1d6 minus 1 plus 4.
So 9?
Say that again, so R dash...
What's the damage? No, what's the damage of your weapon?
10. By the way, Steve, it's 1d6 flat.
My hand is plus 3.
Okay, so you don't roll the damage, you just give me the max number, which is 10.
Yeah.
Yeah? So that guy drops because you've done something really nasty to him. You move on to your second target.
1d20 plus...
1d20 plus 4.
1d20 plus 4.
That would work if it wasn't the other way around for the slash and the R.
Then R.
And also 1d20, not 1d10.
Oh my god. One.
That's okay. It takes. I sometimes mucked it up still, and I've been playing at this bloody thing for about 8 years.
Yeah, I got it.
That's another hit, but not an automatic maximum. So now 1d6 plus 4. So obviously your cursing is doing something to your ability to hurt them, because you are ploughing through them. One moment, please.
Is he healthy enough to stand up?
He drops. No, he's on a 0, so he's going to swing. Well, he swung, which actually inflicts the point of damage on him, so he falls unconscious. Okay, so you now have one on the front and one slightly on the back. So you just need to remember that. So next time when I ask you to do any maneuvering, you might want to change your attitude so they're both sort of on the front if you can. Okay,
Right.
we go to the end of the round. Malefica, you wake up. What are you doing?
Okay. I walk out and I am pissed. I am pissed off.
Yes.
Can I see them?
Yes, you can see,
Okay.
as you sort of wake up, you can see 2 of the bodies fall in front of the dwarf, and there's still
Okay.
2, one on the front and one slightly to the
I
side.
walk out, and as I walk out, I scream, and I'm like, all I wanted to do was sleep! And when I say sleep, I cast sleep over whatever the fuck is attacking her.
Remember, you can only move 5 feet when you cast a spell. But that's okay.
Oh, the range. Okay, I walk forward and scream in
and
anger.
it's sleep.
And when I say sleep, it's like an automatic, and sleep falls upon them.
Okay, so you've attacked them. Because she's in melee, Keldon falls asleep too, possibly.
She's right in the middle.
Oh,
Remember, it's an
crap.
area effect. You had to be able to work out where you could not hit her and hit them. But that's okay. They're still asleep. You're still going to be able to do something.
We're all asleep.
And I'm
It's
just
gonna
pissed
be-
off.
Yeah.
So
You'll be able to watch it fine.
2d6 roll, please.
Okay, sorry, let's get rid of this thing from my laptop. Here we go. Station 2d6.
Yep, all three of yous conk you're asleep.
And as I see them all fall asleep.
Hang on.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, they're all asleep. Yeah, including sorry, Carol.
As I see Cullen fall asleep, I put my hand to my forehead and say, honestly, what does it take to get a good night's rest? And I approach Calden and shake her and say, you better sort this out because I am not in the mood.
Okay, as you get there, Richard and Augustine and Orca, give me a d6 roll, please. So you know how to do that in this game, Richard?
I gotta say,
Cool.
Nice.
He's fine. Okay, so neither of you are surprised. So you would be able to draw a weapon and do some sort of movement. So as you're approaching, you hear Malefica sleep, and every one of them drops, and you see Malefica walking over as you're walking over, wakes up Calden, and you've got these 4 figures lying on the ground.
2 of them are already dead.
2 of them are pretty badly cut up. One is in a deep sleep, and the other one is a bit fitful.
Oh.
Okay, right. Well,
All human
Just-
males. Wearing...
just like the other brigands that attacked us, I'm going to assume wake up. What's her face first? Calden?
She's awake, yep.
Yep. And just inquire what happened. Obviously they've attacked her in the middle of the night, and she's screamed loudly, and we've woken up because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. Just about what I needed now. More brigands. So we will take these 2 remaining ones, and we'll do exactly what we did with the other lot, in that I will jump on the back of them and hold them down while somebody else ties them up.
Yep.
And now we're going to have to drag them with us to the next town along.
Mm-hmm.
And before the mage even says something about just killing them here, I'm sorry, I'm not in the...
No, I wanted to keep one as a pet.
Oh.
Could you trust something like that?
And
They can
that
if
would
it's
be
tied
an
up.
evil act.
But I know that that's wrong.
Hmm. But it still appeals to me. But anyway.
I consider it, but I wouldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so once they're
after-
tied up,
yep.
miserably.
Also, what's a brigand?
A brigand
brigand
is
is a
basically
thief, a
is
highwayman.
Highwayman sort of thing.
Ah,
Brigand or bandit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brigands tend to work in sort of smaller groups. Bandits usually tend to work in bigger groups. Sorry, Georgia?
Can we search them? I'm
Yeah.
pretty pissed at this point. I'm like
once we've got them
roughly
tied up.
going
once
through
they're
this.
tied up, I search the ones I put to sleep.
Yeah, I searched the corpses.
Okay, just give me a second, please. Okay, so what do you find on them? You don't find enough for a chance at magic, I can tell you that much. Rightio, you'll find 12 gold pieces.
Hang on, I'll just quickly... so we're going to call this the... running... 12 gold pieces.
Yep. The rest would be...
Yeah, what equipment do they have?
No, hang on, I'm just trying to get through all the money. 12 gold pieces. Crap, what's that? 45 times 4, 180 silver pieces. So they've obviously been able to...
Silver?
And a crap ton of copper, which you're probably not going to really want.
Well, mind you, I have saddlebags and I have a very
Okay.
unladen horse.
So if you add the number of gold and... No, that doesn't work. So that'd be 7 gold, which is 700 copper.
Cool.
They have man-sized leather armor, and they
Yep.
all have short swords.
Okay.
They'll also have a dagger.
2 short swords and 2 daggers.
4
daggers. 4
short
short
swords, 4 daggers, 4 sets of leather. Although one of the sets of leather is pretty badly cut up. Probably not going to be that useful.
Leave them
4
half.
short swords,
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
daggers,
So, yep.
and 3
So
of
basically,
leather.
each one of you gets 15 XP for overcoming the brigands.
Excuse me. 15 XP.
Yep. And also, if you manage to take all that gold into a town, you'll collect another 15 for the gold piece value.
Sorry. For my percentages, do I go up or down if it's like 2.2 something?
It's always down. If it's
Okay.
only up, it's never up. The only thing I
Okay.
do up on is like if I have to do a fraction of a hit point. That usually goes
Right,
up.
so I pretty much, put everything to one side so that we can load it onto the horse for the next day,
Hmm.
and get a rope ready so I can tie these asshats to my horse tomorrow morning so that we can lead them.
I'll help.
Rightio.
No, it'll just be, and then we'll, those of us that are in the middle or need to go back to sleep, e.g. me,
And me?
go back to sleep. I don't know, you've got to wake up in a couple of hours anyway, don't you?
How does this affect my spells?
You won't be
Waking up.
ready.
Oh crap.
You've got to go back to sleep. You'll have to wake up a little bit later than. Oh no, well, Augustine. So basically, Calden's going to have to sort of do another hour, and you guys just get 3 hours.
Okay.
Well, I'm pretty angry at this point, so I'm probably pretty wired because
Cool. Yep.
And I say, look, honestly, I'm tired and I'm done. I can't do this right now. Anyone mind if I go back to sleep for a couple of hours?
No one seems to object.
No.
Once
I'll
I've
take
done
the
my
next
thing,
one.
I'm just automatically going back to my bedroll and going back to sleep.
Right.
I'll say a prayer before going to sleep for the dead.
Cool. There's just one guy who's dead. 2 guys who.
2.
2 that are dead. Yep. So you're not doing anything with the bodies. You just leave them where they fell.
I take. Wait, how
I
much?
I
copper do I
drag
have?
them, what, 70 feet,
Before-
80 feet from the camp and dump them.
Before he drags them, I place a copper piece on each eye.
Okay.
Okay, so hang on, 696
No,
copper.
No, from my own. No, from my own.
Okay.
Jesus
income.
Christ, use their own money.
I don't know. I just think it's better if I do it. You know.
Yep. That's all cool.
It's
Okay, fine. Use your own money.
It's goddamn copper. Let me sleep.
Okay.
Honestly,
the
what
rest
does a
of the
woman need to
night
do around here?
Goes through. You guys wake up a bit later. Calden will then go to sleep.
Hey.
And the morning you get up.
Cook
There are
breakfast.
some birds sort of gathering over 70 yards away, sort of thing.
Right.
Okay. And what do? Do you set off then, huh?
I was about to say set off after a quick breakfast of whatever was left over from last night / trail rations. These guys can starve.
Mm-hmm.
And proceed onward.
Right.
Same again.
Yep.
Obviously, we're walking a lot. I get bored. I recite the 12 lines.
Okay. That's
I
good.
offer some food to the brigands.
Oh.
Oh God! And I look at him. I'm gonna say, seriously, if we give them food and makes them strong enough to potentially fight, it's only not even a day's travel. They'll be fine. They will live, and they will get what is coming to them.
What
The
did you
goddess
say?
demands it.
And I'm just feeling grumpy, so I'm just occasionally jabbing, just some light jabbing.
Right. Okay. So, Augustine, do you give them food, or you just want to give them a bit of water?
I'll just give them a bit of water then, since everyone
Okay.
objected to me
Yep.
trying to help.
And I say, and I reply, Thank you, Yaria. Honestly.
Rightio. The next day, you travel another 8 miles. So that would put, sorry, I beg your pardon, another 9 miles, which would put you back about here.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're actually at around about here. Still on broad plains. No, you're still too far away to see the forest. Still on broad plains. So you set up for the night.
Yep.
Your two
Malefica, would you
prisoners.
be at least? Yeah, I was about to say, would you just do the honors of making sure our prisoners are a little bit more compliant?
Oh yes, good point.
So before I sleep,
Yep.
I cast sleep
Cool.
on the
On them.
listeners.
And Clonk,
Yeah.
they're out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're gone.
And so
That's
they're
what
not
I'm
going to be a
saying.
problem during the night, are they?
Exactly.
Okay, so...
Really handy with prisoners.
You have no idea.
So same order as last
Honestly,
night?
this entire region is same order. This entire region is going to basically be either A, devoid of anyone thieving very, very shortly with the way that we're going, or B, we're going to earn ourselves a name as freaking bandit killers or something like that and have a lot of bandits coming after us.
Yep. So the night actually goes through peacefully. Everyone gets a good sleep.
Dwarf gets her 1 hit point back.
Cal, hang on. Yes, she will, because she didn't have to do anything.
Yep.
Okay.
On guard.
Going back to 11.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yep.
When is a good time? So obviously, when we're walking and stuff, it's good to keep sleep on hand. But when is a good time to memorize the likes of read magic?
When
you've got a scroll
or a
reading.
book that's not yours.
Okay.
Because you know your own
pilfered it from
writing
someone.
and your own formulas, but you don't know the other sorcerers, wizards.
Okay.
Yeah. So you usually do it at the end of an adventure when you're somewhere safe and you can actually do the spell research. Unless you're stuck in the middle of a dungeon, you've got the scroll, you have no idea, and you're going to just try, hopefully, that it's something that you can use. All cool?
Yep.
Yep, okay. Right, the last day you travel into, I just want to check out how long that's going to take you. I think it's longer than I thought it was going to be. So you're following the trail. Yep, there's 4 miles there, and 6 miles. Yep. So it's roughly just over lunchtime, about 1 or 2 hours up past lunchtime. When you finally rock into, and I've just got to make the encounter rolls for that. If you don't encounter anything. And there's only 2 encounter chances. Nope, nothing changed. So you rock into Skoganby.
Skoganby.
So Skoganby, really small little place. Would be about 100, perhaps 150 people around the area. It's sort of on an infrequently used off trail from the main road, from what the road is called Post Road.
What's the size of the place like?
About 150 people. You'd say around about 30-ish buildings.
Okay.
They kind of look like they're farmers, but the proximity to the forest, which you can sort of see in the distance, some are woodsmen, so they also use that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you meet with the elders. They almost sort of come rushing.
I was about to
up you.
say, I send the other the elders while I take these 2 thieves to the constabulary.
There is none. But the elders say they'll look after them, and for you to take them to the constabulary, they can lock them up somewhere. They'll make sure they get the minimum they need to stay alive. And so, yeah, they repeat the issue. Yes, there's been more deaths, and yes, those deaths seem to be tied to the families of the children that were present.
But had any of the children themselves been killed, or just
1 or
people
2 with their families.
Okay.
So they sort of give you one of the older men will take you out to the close to the area. He's not going to go right up, but basically the kids, their job is, as you're going, he says the job of the kids was to clear the ground because we were going to start laying in some vegetables, and unfortunately they must have disrupted or dislodged this thing, whatever it is, and the poor girl, whose name I think is Jora, Jora, I think. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm pretty sure her name is Jora. Anyway, yeah, that's sort of what's happened. She's not been seen, hide nor hear of. So it's now 5-6 days old, this thing. Yeah. So he leads you to about 100 yards from it. He said, you see that slight rise there? If you walk around it around the right, you'll actually find a small entrance, and that's where Jorah apparently disappeared.
Right, so it's middle of the afternoon. Team, what do you reckon we get straight into this?
If it's right there, you know, like we're not going for a day's walk or anything, should be fine, right?
Well, I'd say we at least, you know, take an initial inspection at least now.
Okay, you've got about 4, perhaps 5 hours of light left.
Yeah, strike while the iron is hot. Let's at least scout the area, see what we can find, wires and things like that. Is anything coming and going?
Okay.
You know, I ask if the elder can at least take my horse and thing back and stable the bastard.
Of course they can. Yep. So what gear are you wanting for your dwarf, Georgina, to take with you? Because that's going to weigh.
I would like to have my just my standard armor with my shield and my hand axe, and I might chuck my crossbow over my shoulder, and then I'll take my mule to the stable as well.
Okay, so you don't want any bolts in the crossbow?
Oh, I probably should have some of those.
Okay, that's always good.
I take everything bar that shitload of coin and just let the elder know what's in the bags.
Okay, Augustine or Malefica, you want to leave anything behind just for now, so it makes it easier to move around or anything, or?
I can move quite easily anyway, so.
You can move, but you haven't really been a dungeon crawl, but we'll see how that goes. Or anything for you, Augustine?
Yeah, I'll just take my armor, my holy symbol, shield, mace, some torches, and my rope.
Okay, cool.
Right. Just
a
you know, if we do get down to there, I do have food, so.
Yep. How do you intend to light those torches?
You're completely right.
Malefica's taking all this shit and she's got flint.
Okay. Okay. So,
let alone the fact that we do have the continual light rock as well.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. You approach the area. The sky is dark and overcast, threatening rain. 2 rune-scrawled standing stones, about 3 to 4 feet, capped with a table stone, all covered in crumbling soil, framing a narrow, forbidding passage into the earth. A tortuously twisted yew tree squats above the passage, its serpentine roots visibly along the ceiling of the low tunnel. A chill seems to emanate from the stones.
Alright, so I've got the, rather than my sword, I've got the club in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap.
I asked the cleric and the magic user if they can, you know, decipher any of the runes from here, or if they think they'd need to get closer.
Okay, before we do go any further, has the spellcasters changed their spells to anything else, or are you sticking with your...
I will, because I think it's best that I do. I take one sleep.
Yep.
And 1 read magic.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know if that's any good, but we'll see what happens, eh?
Yeah, well, you can only try, can't you? Yeah. So are you what are you doing now? Sorry.
Um,
So you two are inspecting the dolums, the stones.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Stepping
I
stones.
look at the runes or whatever's
Yeah.
written, using read magic.
You can try
Oh,
that too if you want to. Do you want to just test your arcane knowledge first?
yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so can I get so what you're going to do, Richard
Yeah.
and Dean, a 1d20 roll, and you've got to get so Richard, your wisdom, Dean, your intelligence, that number
Yeah,
or lesser.
I'm below.
Cool. And Richard?
Wisdom. I'm above my intelligence, but below my wisdom.
But it's your wisdom that you need, because wisdom's for
Ah,
clerics, intelligence for magic users.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
pass.
Rightio, so you can't reveal much specific, but these do appear to be extremely old. There are some potent protection wards that you can sort of somewhat read, Malefica, but what you can read, Augustine, is that these sort of things are more typically signifying a passage grave or a tomb for an ancient hero or chieftain.
right.
So you are but this is very old, and by very old I'm talking thousands of years, many hundreds or thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll relay that information to the group, telling them how old it is, and that I can't quite understand.
What are they
Yeah.
trying?
Hang
What
a
are these
second,
protection
sorry.
wards designed for? Keeping things out or keeping things in?
They are not sure. So what is your race, Malefica?
Alf.
Ah. So you can kind of recognize it as a sort of an ancient dead language that you vaguely remember looking at as a young elf. What I need you to do, please, is give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
Wisdom or less.
D20.
Yes.
I'm below it.
Nice.
Thank the Lord.
Yep. Okay, so taking some time, you sort of have to go over it and cross over to the other stone, and it's sort of like it's written across the stones. But you believe you've kind of got a bit of a translation. So this place seems to be the resting place of someone or something called Hathor Vash. Either a chieftain, a hero, or a priest. You're not quite clear. But apparently she was entombed alive with consort, slaves, and bodyguards as part of a ritual to become a lord. Now, the lord she's referring to, or it's referring to, is not a lord as in
Land.
royalty or anything. Because this is an ancient language in an ancient time, can I get you to Richard to give me another wisdom check, please?
Probably talking Avatar.
Yeah, you two talk about this. And basically the Lord she wanted to ascend to godhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how big this could be. Whether succeeded or failed, you don't know. They do sort of describe a potent curse that will fall upon any who plunder the crypt or disturb Hathor Vash's meditations.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do, Ranger, at this entrance?
I'm looking to see what's coming and gone. Track.
Okay, can you give me a a tracking? I think it's a D6, 1 and 2.
Yeah. At this point, it's 1 and 2. No.
No, okay. You're not.
Oh,
No.
actually, can I stand at the on the tracks and see if anything's come or gone within the last 24?
Yep. Okay.
What am I rolling?
Nothing. You just stand.
Oh no,
there.
because I know. Yeah.
Yeah. A figure. You don't know how to describe it. It's disheveled. It's dirty. It walks. It doesn't walk smoothly. It's a bit jarringly moving. It's approximately 5'2", has long hair that's covering the face, black hair. You can't really make out much more. It looks human. It could possibly be elf. Definitely not dwarf or halfling, or orc or anything like that. It's probably human, possibly an elf. You're not sure, but you're leaning more towards a human. But you can't really make out much more detail than that because of the dirt and the way the hair's fallen over. Yeah.
Do I know what sort of being it is? Like, I obviously know it's human,
Yeah.
but can I tell if it's gone beyond being human?
No, because you're only it's almost like you're observing as third person, God of God
Okay.
sort of thing. So yeah, you're not really. The only thing that marks it as being odd, apart from it being dirty and not being able to see what it actually is the way it walked, because it was like that sort of halting sort of walk, but kind of, to use our terminology, a little bit roboticized.
Ooh, okay. Oh crap.
How old was the child that went missing?
Sorry, Keldon?
How old was the child that went missing?
They were into their late to mid, early late to mid teenagehood.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Right, so the next question I've got, of course, is that, what is the cleric and the magic user think? Do we go find the treasures that were taken out by the kids and attempt to return them in the hopes that that will appease them? Or do we think we're up to...
Well, the old man can show you one. It was returned to him. They've been holding it.
I turn to the group and I
It's
say,
just a
look,
silver big huge ring armband sort of thing. If you want to take it, you've got it.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Glenn. Dean, sorry. God.
I say, I think treasures have been taken from this crypt that should have been left alone. While I do think we should return them, I think we should be wary that while we return them, the owner does not think we are the ones that took them. Is it a thing?
What you're saying is that basically we're not the ones that are supposed to be returning it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't matter as long as they get them back, would be my assumption.
Evil.
That's
design.
if that's all that they're after, or are they going to be spiteful that they were taken still?
Well, we can test the theory by returning the arm thing.
And then we've got to wait until somebody else dies, so I'd rather not. That's why I'm asking you guys, do you think that, or does it say anywhere in said curse that, we can assume that by returning it we're good, or are we going to be dealing with an attempt at godhood grade undead here?
I feel
So,
like
just returning to the Dollums, all that Malefica can do is repeat what she sees,
Right.
which
The
is
curse
the
that
runes
basically
sort of
just don't
describe a
take shit.
potential curse that will fall upon any who plunder the crypt or disturb Hathor Varsha's meditation. Sorry.
Okay, so the
children.
curse.
Oh, sorry.
So the curse says, any who plunder the crypt. I think we can safely return it, and then look for the family of those who took it to appease it. We did not plunder the crypt. We should be safe to take it back, and then we'll deal with what happens after.
Yeah, the problem is we also don't want to, disturb Havelvash or whatever.
We only
Hathor
have to
Vash.
return it.
Oh, actually, I can put it in if you want the name for later reference.
Hufflevash. Hufflevash.
No.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm just getting in there now for you here. I'm sorry. It's a weird spelling name.
I feel like should we do stuff and then go back to town for the night, and if anyone else dies overnight,
Hathor.
Yeah.
but like we don't go in there today because it's going to get dark.
Well, I'd still rather...
I would rather return it than wait for another person to die or disappear.
Yeah.
Right,
I think
so
that's what we should do.
we have to ask the old man, was this the only thing taken, or still...
Well, I'm assuming you did that when he showed you, and yes, that's the only thing that was returned. He believes there were some things. The young girl, apparently from her friends, she came out with several of these items, but No one's got close enough to see if they're still lying there, and you can see that there's nothing on the ground at all.
Yeah. I say we just return the item and then go from there. It's the easiest way to figure this out.
Okay, well, the least we can do is at least take a look just inside and see what we find, and if there's any more writings or anything like that. Any last beware, don't go no further sort of writings.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
So,
just give me a second.
I might regret this, but
Okay.
we'll find out.
What's your marching order?
I think it makes sense for, I guess, myself to be at the front.
why?
Just
Yeah.
because if there is anything written, the only people that could read it are myself and the cleric.
Yeah,
I've
but
got the
we can
stone.
always, I was about to say, that doesn't mean that you have to go first.
And I'm armored.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Let's
cleric
go
goes first.
Me first.
You first, followed by the cleric.
Yeah.
I will walk behind the cleric. But I only have one spell slot left.
Right, ask if the cleric can give me the stone so that I can see, and as I move in, I'm going to be looking for tracks and anything that moves.
So you're looking in. What you can tell before you proceed, this is a very narrow, tight squeeze. A narrowing passage descending into the earth. Tight enough that you're going to have to crawl on your belly to snake your way through. But as you're looking, you can see that at the beginning of the crypt there seems to be scratch marks in the earth underneath the stones, as if somebody struggled mightily but was dragged inside. You can also see a broken fingernail torn at the root. What else can you see?
Before I enter, can I reach the tree? Like, can I reach the root or anything?
The yew tree, the roots go down the side and into the cavern.
Okay.
Into this narrow tunnel.
But can I reach it from the outside the cave?
The roots?
Yeah.
No, they're in the tunnel itself.
Great.
Yeah. So, as you're going in, Orcus, you'd have to get on your belly, but the air is dank and chill, redolent with the scent of decay.
At which point I'll have, as I'm moving in, I'll have my, obviously, I'll try and, I'll put my shield on my back. I'll move the club to my offhand and have my hunter's knife in my main hand, just something that I can actually use to stab with.
Yep.
And before Orca walks in,
It's going to be a crawl, mate.
Or crawls in, I walk to the front of the tunnel, and God help me, and I say out loud, just in case there's anything in there, this could go wrong. We wish, myself and my friends wish no harm. We intend to return back what was taken from you. Please do not hurt us.
Oh, nothing ventured, nothing gained, eh? Yep, no, that's cool. And
I take a step back.
Yep, he gets down, starts crawling into the small tunnel. You can see scabrous white lesions upon the yew roots that penetrate the ceiling above you.
And using range knowledge, what sort of, is that some kind of blight? Some kind of...
Give me a intelligence test, please.
Not under my intelligence,
Okay.
unfortunately. It is under my wisdom.
Sure. You
nowhere
can
near my intel.
see. Yeah. Not really sure. It's really hard for you to tell. So, do you continue in?
Like, are they, when you say scabrous, are they like pustulating sort of...
They're just lesions.
Lesions?
And because roots will sort of bleed white sap sort of stuff. But they're not like dripping, bleeding.
I make note to point it out to the cleric in the event that he...
Okay.
But he probably won't.
Cool. No, that's cool.
And then keep moving forward.
Okay, you keep moving forward. You're sort of a good 10, 15 feet in. Cleric, you are, because you're next, you pulling out your stone to have a look.
Yeah. So I thought I'd given it to Orca.
Oh, okay. So
Orca has the stone.
You can see it. You can still see it because it's got a range of 20 feet. So
Yes,
you can have a wisdom check.
Just D20?
Yep. And under. Equal or under. Yep.
Under.
Yep. So, having a look, it is some sort of blight, and it's a sort of it's a type of rot that you're aware of that can be caused by charnel magic that suffuses this place. Such energies are often encountered where the undead lurk.
Yes.
Undead reside in here. Evil. We must banish it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, tell the group that
Cool.
that's what the fight is, and
Yep. Does
Which
that
is
change
exactly-
anybody's thing or no?
I just want to clarify
Mm-hmm.
for Whitebox as the game. Do I still get the +1 to hit intelligent undead, and I'm immune to paralysis caused by undead?
If it's in the Whitebox rules, it's in the rules.
Yes. I still don't think we should do this.
So
That.
you're continuing in, are you, Orca?
Well, like I say, once I'm keeping going until I find like a cabin or something like that, and then I can call the others through.
Okay, rightio. So the crawling is arduous. Finally, Malefica and Keldon join the group as you're going through. It would be very, very difficult if you're being chased out of here. Eventually, though, you crawl out of the tunnel into a deeper, like you come out of the hole and you're several feet above the ground, not tons, but like 2 or 3 feet, which allows you can move into that part, and you're in a much better space, roughly 10 feet wide at least, and at least 10 feet high. Very long, so you've only got sort of 20 feet of light, and you sort of perhaps move 5 or 10 feet forward with your weapons ready and the stone there to see. What you can see is that around about 20 feet up the wall to your left there seems to be some sort of opening, but the passageway continues on that way, and you just wait till the rest of the group sort of come in, and if you move I can give you a better description.
So, like I say, I'm going to wait for the rest of the group because now that we're underground, I fear that might be the better person to take the lead, given that they've usually got some kind of knowledge on traps and slanting passages and construction.
I feel like I'm pretty good in tunnels, but I'm also kind of stupid.
Missed most of that, sorry, Georgia.
She feels that while she's good in tunnels, she's still kind of stupid. Don't worry, I've got your back. So it'll be you followed by me.
Yeah, and I'm probably the right height for in here. So.
Okay, so where are we going to rest? If we are stuck in here, we need a place to rest.
Why not? We're basically likely to leave.
hopefully not in too much of a rush.
Okay, I am unsure what to do, but I still have one spell slot spare. I don't know what to do.
Don't have to do anything,
Okay, so out of game. Okay, what I would like to do is I want to use the tick magic to see if there's any like magic coming from outside of the room down like a tunnel, or to see if there are like magical writings on the wall.
You don't have detect magic though, do you? Memorized.
No, I do. No. I have one spell slot left.
You memorize a sleep and a read magic.
Okay. If I use the hit point.
Yep.
Okay.
Up to you.
So, but because obviously detect magic works with any magical item, can I be specific about what I would like to see?
No.
Oh,
It just
crap.
gives you the presence of magic.
Which we know from the blight anyway, right? It would go off no matter what.
Can I spot the trap?
Wait, is blight magical?
Well, the magic caused the blight.
Well,
What'd you say, sorry, Georgia?
I said, can I? Well, apparently I'm good at spotting traps. It says in my thing. So can I look around for traps?
You can. It's a very slow process though.
Oh, okay.
You basically every 10 minutes you get to cover 10 feet of ground.
Right.
Or
Can
10
I
by
do the
10.
10 feet
Usually-
in front of us?
Like
While
this area
Melissa
looks like it's
is.
still natural cavern.
No, this has been worked. It's not a. Calden, you can tell this is ancient work. It's not. I mean, it's great that it survived this long, but it's not dwarven work. It's lesser work than that, but it's amazing that it's survived so long. But that's all you can really tell at the moment. And I need you. Oh no, I got to roll that for you. Sorry. Okay. So you're looking,
Sorry,
trying
team.
to work out whether the next 10 feet is going to be a trap or not.
I
Yeah.
do have to go at 9:30. I have a debrief.
That's all cool. We'll finish at 9:30. That's all cool. These are only short games, so. Okay, so after you guys are sort of talking, what can we do? What can we do? What else we got? Calden can turn around to say, at least I know that you believe that the next 10 feet ain't trapped.
Awesome.
Right. Well, let's press on, see if we can find anything because we haven't disturbed anything or anything
Right.
yet.
Do you sort of go towards the opening?
Yeah, I'll shine the stone in there and have a quick peek. Better
Okay.
club in the other hand.
Now that you're moving along
Shield
here,
ready.
you're not probably going to see the full length of this corridor. There's as I said, there is an opening to go into, but this other corridor goes along a long time. But what you do see is the walls of this long narrow passage are honeycombed with small niches, each set with a skull, yellowed with age. It radiates a menace and a glow, and nearly inaudible hum tugs at your senses, as if the thousands of skulls are whispering to each other. You see
Vile
the
magic.
opening of a passageway in the northern wall.
I spin to turn to Malefica. Now, if you think you're cursed, that's what a curse feels like.
I reply, well, unlike you, I actually went to a church and hopefully my curse was removed.
She will always remove it.
I was about to say, again, looking back at the skulls, not this one.
So, do you wish to carry down the passageway or go into the new one? Because you can see down the passageway there seems to be a small alcove on the southern part of the wall.
Just using one of my Alvin abilities, can I see a hidden or concealed door anywhere around
Check
us?
for you.
Other than what I... Sorry?
I'll check for you. No, there's nothing of that nature as far as you're aware. Just as as you are doing your normal walking past stuff.
So sorry, with 20 feet of vision, I've got a row of alcoves in one direction.
Well, you've got the passageway in the north wall, and at the edge you've got what appears to be an alcove on the south wall.
Let's go check the alcove on the south.
Okay, as you
just
sort of
again
approach
being
it,
as careful as I can.
As you approach that,
let's put it this way: if anything even remotely animates, if the hum changes, I'm just gonna smash it with my club.
Okay. You see the opening of the passageway in the north wall, followed by 4 shadowy alcoves in the southern wall, each an arch formed from human thigh bones with a skull as the keystone. Just at the edge of your light, beyond the alcoves, you can make out another passageway in the northern wall at the far end of the corridor.
Honestly, whoever constructed this is a creepy son of a bitch.
And can you now roll a d6, please?
Yeah. That is not a good roll.
Oh, you are a surprise group, because Orca was he only gets surprised on a 1 and 6, whereas most of you get surprised on a 1 and 2, unless you happen to be the robe of eyes wearing. So you're not surprised, Mage. You can tell immediately we've got trouble as the figures on each of the biers and each of the alcoves animates. They move forth from their alcoves, forming in ranks across so they're not approaching yet, and begin to march in formation towards you, pale necromantic fire burning in their eye sockets. And we'll stop there. We'll leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger. I'll just stop the recording.